She had 6 disc bulges and she's getting back to powerlifting. How is this possible? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can get back to lifting heavy with elite powerlifter Brian Carroll, who literally split his spine in 2. Boom! And he got back to squatting 1,306 pounds.
Now, in order for Brian to heal his back and return to heavy lifting, he had to follow these 4 steps. Today, we'll reveal what you need to stop doing to allow your back to heal, what you need to start doing to kickstart recovery, how to actually return to lifting once the pain has gone away, and last, we'll go over what you need to concentrate on to make sure your pain doesn't return in the future.
The first step to fixing back pain is a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, especially if you're a competitive athlete, and that's take time off. Everyone's going to be a little bit different for how much time off, but rest is needed to recover.
I needed a full year off. When I went and saw Dr. McGill 10 years ago, I needed over a year off, and for a lot of people, that's tough to do.
Yeah. Now, here's the science behind why you need that rest. When you continue to lift and push into back pain, your tolerance continues to lower until even lighter loads can spark your pain. However, if you have adequate rest, you can allow your back to recover so that when you start lifting again, you'll have the tolerance to be able to lift pain-free. Now, while you're resting, you're not just going to be sitting around and eating junk food. You need to be proactive in building a core of iron. This starts with the McGill Big 3 core stability routine. Let me talk about the common problems we see when doing this. Step 1 of the McGill Big 3 is a modified curl up, but a lot of people just sort of pick their head up off the ground. They have no idea what they're doing, leg is hanging in the air. Here's what you're going to do. We're going to start with a little bit of pre-brace, stiffen up just a little bit. Then your pivot point is right up here in your upper thoracic. Head, neck, and shoulders are one unit. Just come up a little bit off the ground, making sure that your low back does not move at all. And from here, you're gonna feel these core muscles working, and you're gonna hold this for 10 seconds, making sure to breathe for that time, and then back down. If you're doing this correctly, you'll feel your core working, and you won't feel any tension in your neck. Step 2 is the side plank. This is pretty simple, and a lot of people don't mess this up, but get those hips off the ground, stiffen that core. You're gonna feel your downside lat, make everything tight, even squeezing the fist up here can help with that.
Bird dog, one of the most common mistakes we see is the head jacked up in the air, the leg very high in the air, and then a bonus, nobody's holding these exercises for 10 seconds at a time. A lot of PTs teach this exercise pretty well, but they're not teaching it to hold it for time, okay? So what we want to do is stiffen the core, push the earth away, stiffen laterally a little bit, one arm, make a fist, put it up, raise it up, slide the right leg straight back, drive the heel back, raise it off the ground just a hair, and there we go. That's a good looking bird dog. Leg not in the air, head nice and neutral, stiffen, no movement in the lumbar spine.
Now, you may be asking yourself, how should I program the McGill Big 3 core routine? Well, here's what I do.
I do a set of 6 for 10 seconds of each exercise. If I don't have a lot of time, if I have time, I do a descending rep scheme pyramid. 6 reps, 4 reps, 2 reps. If you want to do more, 8, 6, 4, 2. But again, the hold is the most important. You must do a 10-second hold to emphasize that stability, to limit the excessive or unwanted motion of the spine moving. We want to keep that spine locked in place while we move the rest of our extremities.
Step number 3 is we're going to be building tissue tolerance and allowing for capacity to expand. But what do we mean by that, Aaron?
What that means is that we need to slowly reapply load to your spine, but not too fast, or else we'll risk injuring your back. So what this means is we're gonna start off with the McGill Big 3. Now that's very minimal load on your spine. So almost anyone with really painful back should be able to do that without pain. Then over time, we're gonna slowly reapply load. We're not jumping straight from the McGill Big 3 back to back squats. For a lot of people, if you're very sensitized, your back's just gonna start hurting again. So you're gonna start doing some suitcase carries. 3 to 4 rounds, 35 to 40 seconds, and then eventually we'll get back to goblet squats, holding a weight out in front, then front squats, and then back squats. If you have pain at any part of this progression, it means you have too much load than your back can handle, and you need to take a pause and take a step back, and eventually you can take all those progressions all the way through. But be careful during this progression, make sure that you're going at a rate that your body can handle.
And tip number 4, we have moving like an athlete 24/7.
A lot of people picking up load like a cooler, they won't even care the mechanics because it's not like they're in the gym, and that will hurt their back.
Instead, what we do is we lower the hips down, we stiffen the core, and we drive our heels through the floor and lift about the hips and not the back.
But what do you do if you're lifting something that's not very heavy, like a shoe on the ground?
Well, Aaron, you have 2 options. You have the golfer's pickup, where you have right here to get off the floor, or if someone's a little bit more sensitized and they don't have the balance that you do, we're gonna lunge down and drop straight down and grab that shoe. Yep, there we go. Very good.
Now, fixing back pain is a process, and sometimes it can take over a year. So for more on how to fix your back pain, check out Brian's book, Gift of Injury, and my book, Rebuilding Milo, both available on Amazon.com. And be sure to check out this YouTube video we did on the 4 mistakes you could be making that's not allowing you to fix your back pain.